This is Al Safa Mega Dairy Factory, one of the largest and most modern dairy factories in the country, where hundreds of thousands of liters of fresh milk arrive every day and are turned into different products. Here you can see huge steel tanks, tall towers, and buildings filled with advanced machinery. Inside this factory, fresh milk is processed and turned into dry milk, also known as milk powder. This is the milk powder used in tea, biscuits, sweets, bakery items, and many industrial foods. Whether it's to make your tea creamy, to prepare biscuits and cakes, or for big food factories, milk powder is an essential ingredient. In this video, we'll show you how inside Al Safa Mega Dairy Factory, fresh milk goes through a long but controlled process and becomes milk powder, step by step, in simple language. Let's start from the very first stage. Milk from villages and farms arrives at Al Safa Mega Dairy Factory in these large tanker trucks. At the gate, every tanker is stopped. First, a small amount of milk is taken as a sample and filled into labeled bottles. These samples are sent to the lab. In the lab, experts check whether the milk is pure or adulterated, what the fat level is, how much protein it contains, and whether the bacteria level is within safe limits. Using special machines and chemical tests, all these results are obtained within minutes. Each tanker has its own separate report. So, at Al Safa Mega Dairy Factory, the journey of milk powder starts only with clean, high-quality milk. The approved milk now moves further into the plant, where the first steps are filtering and cooling. Filtration means passing the milk through fine screens and filters so that any dust, hair, or tiny particles are trapped and only clean milk goes ahead. After filtration, milk is sent to massive cooling tanks where it is chilled to around 4 to 5 degrees Celsius. This low temperature slows down bacterial growth, keeping the milk fresh and safe until the next stage, just like you store food in a fridge to keep it from spoiling quickly. Sensors and computer systems continuously monitor the temperature and milk flow here, making sure everything stays under control. Now we enter the pasteurization section. Here, the milk is made safe from harmful germs. Pasteurization means heating the milk to around 72 degrees Celsius for a few seconds and then cooling it down quickly. This process kills harmful bacteria, while most of the nutrients like protein and vitamins stay safe, just like when you boil water at home to kill germs, but the water is still drinkable. As soon as it is heated, the milk is cooled down again to protect its taste and quality. In Al Safa Mega Dairy Factory, this system is fully automated. Sensors, computers, and alarms watch everything. If the temperature goes too high or too low, the system alerts the operators instantly. Even after pasteurization, new samples are taken and tested to confirm that the milk is safe and ready for the next step.
The next station is the evaporation section, where the milk is concentrated. In other words, much of its water content is removed. Fresh milk consists mostly of water. Before making milk powder, a big part of this water is removed to make the milk thicker or concentrated. In the evaporator, milk is heated under low pressure. This allows the water to evaporate at a lower temperature than usual, so the milk doesn't get overheated. This method helps to preserve the nutrients and flavor of the milk and makes the next spray drying step more efficient. The milk that comes out of the evaporator looks somewhat like very thick milk, a bit like rabri or condensed milk, but not as thick. In this state, it is perfect for spray drying. Now comes the most fascinating part, the spray drying tower, where liquid milk turns into dry milk powder within seconds. The concentrated milk is pumped to the top of the tower, where special nozzles spray it into a mist of tiny droplets, like a very fine shower. From the bottom, carefully controlled hot air flows upward. As it meets the fine milk droplets, the water inside them evaporates almost instantly, and each droplet becomes a tiny particle of dry powder. This entire transformation happens in less than 1 second, so the milk doesn't stay hot for long, and its nutrition is preserved as much as possible. At the base of the tower, cyclone and collection tanks gather the dry milk powder and send it to the next section. The entire spray drying system is closed, so no outside dust or germs can enter. Temperature, airspeed, and humidity are constantly monitored, ensuring the powder neither gets burned nor stays partially wet. After spray drying, the milk powder enters the next section, where it is first passed through sieves so that any large particles or lumps are removed. Then, the powder is cooled to the proper level. If hot powder is packed immediately, moisture can condense inside the pack, which later spoils the product. Now it's time for packing. In our Safa Mega Dairy Factory, most of the packing is done by automatic machines to ensure both hygiene and accurate weight. The machine fills each pack with a precise weight of powder and then seals it tightly so that air and moisture cannot get inside. Check weighing machines verify the weight of every pack. Any pack that is lighter or heavier than the set standard is automatically rejected. A metal detector ensures there is no metallic contamination inside any pack. If even a tiny piece of metal is detected, that pack is instantly rejected. Each pack is clearly printed with the date, batch number, and the name Al Safa Mega Dairy Factory, making tracking and quality control easier later. Along with the machines, human eyes are also part of quality control. Workers standing along the line constantly watch for any damaged, torn, or badly sealed packs and remove them by hand.
The finished milk powder finally reaches the warehouse. Here, it is stored in a controlled environment with specific temperature and humidity. Even here, temperature and humidity are carefully monitored so that the packets remain in good condition for a long time and moisture cannot enter. This milk powder is then dispatched to different cities across the country and sometimes to other countries as well, reaching countless homes and food factories. Because milk powder contains very little water, bacteria cannot grow easily, which is why its shelf life is much longer than that of fresh milk. So, the journey of fresh milk goes like this: from farms to tankers, then lab testing, filtration, cooling, pasteurization, concentration in the evaporator, spray drying into powder, sieving and cooling, packing, and finally storage in the warehouse, and from there to your kitchen or a food factory. We hope this tour of Al Safa Mega Dairy Factory was informative and interesting, and that now whenever you hear the word milk powder, you'll remember the scientific and hygienic process behind it. If you found this video useful, do share it with others and tell us in the comments which factory or process you'd like to see next. May you always have pure, healthy, and halal food. See you again in the next video. Take care and goodbye.